This is Jadis Lafono. He's a freshman quarterback, and this was his first varsity game. But how did we get here? It all started when I first met Jadis in April of 2024. I saw a kid who was gifted. He just had that natural football ability. But at quarterback, he was raw. His footwork was heavy, his arm motion long. He could make plays because of his athleticism, but the details, the polish, the mechanics, they weren't there yet. My initial goal was to improve his consistency, so most of the work we put in that first summer was building the foundation of what was to come. That fall, Jadis played for the Parkland Raiders, and it quickly became clear he was different. But the season wasn't all smooth. The Raiders dominated, but too much success can bring out complacency. Jadis wasn't perfect, he made mistakes, but what impressed me was how he responded. Every mistake was motivation. Every workout, he improved more and more. By the end of the season, the Raiders were one of the best teams in the region, and then came the championship, one of the biggest 8th grade rivalries Washington has ever seen, Parkland versus Air. This game wasn't pretty. Between both teams, there were like 10 total turnovers. The Raiders never stopped battling, but in the end, they fell short. That loss stung, but it also lit a fire, and Jadis became more motivated than ever. So that offseason, we got to work. Footwork, sequencing, arm motion, everything he'd need to play quarterback at an elite level. We weren't just tweaking things, we were rebuilding. That's where the real struggle started. Changing mechanics isn't easy. You're literally rewiring habits burned into your muscle memory. There were days when it clicked, and days when it felt like nothing made sense. But by being resilient and staying consistent, we were able to reach that breakthrough. That's when improvement becomes exponential. Everyone loves to flex how hard they work or how they've been grinding, but few have the results to show for it. That's because improving is more than just expending energy. It takes full focus and intention, and most people just don't have the discipline to do that on a consistent basis. That's the difference between staying average and actually moving the needle. Jadis was able to make these leaps of improvement due to his own level of focus and work ethic. I don't want to overstate my role. Yeah, I've taught him almost everything I know, but that doesn't guarantee progress. He has to develop his own fundamental understanding of what it takes to play quarterback at a high level and apply it. That spring at Hunt Middle School, Jadis led his team to an undefeated season and their first ever championship. This season gave Jadis the opportunity to implement everything we've been working on during live game situations, which is when the real progress is exposed. The kid who once relied on raw talent was now in full command of the game. Next came high school spring camp, his first test against kids up to 3 years older than him as an 8th grader. He didn't just look like he belonged, he stood out, making throws a lot of varsity teams don't even have a quarterback capable of making. But still, people doubted Jadis. Coaches, other players, and even parents. People are always going to find a reason to hate, but we know that stems from insecurity, and it's all just noise that doesn't matter. This summer, he dialed everything in on another level, showing glimpses of elite quarterback play as an incoming freshman on varsity. Plays you just don't see from young guys. I've had countless conversations with his dad about what it'll be like when he fully steps into being the player he's becoming, so we weren't surprised. This story is bigger than just football. It's proof of what's capable when you trust God and put the work in. All of that has led up to this. Friday Night Lights, Lakes vs. Auburn Riverside. Nothing matters before varsity football. This is a whole new chapter. A whole new proving ground to compete, especially for a freshman. Lakes won the toss and received. It was time to go. Lakes has plenty of talent, which is perfect for a young quarterback. They came out running the ball and immediately saw success. As for the defensive side, the opponents were about to find out. After a few hiccups, the first big mistake. The ball got stuck in the mesh point during a fake with Rowe, Jadis' teammate from Parkland last year. No problem though, because on the next play, the defense got it right back, opening it up for Lakes to take another shot. That's as good as it gets. A good fake, quick nod, then letting it fly in rhythm. I didn't expect Jadis to be perfect. This is his first varsity game as a 14-year-old, and even though he's capable of making these plays, the speed of live game reps still takes some getting used to. Luckily, Lake's defense flies around, and they continued causing problems all night. Before half, Jadis swapped out with the other quarterback, Coy, but the drive stalled out after a few big plays were called back from penalties. The run game has been dominant all night. This offense hasn't required much from Jadis so far. Auburn Riverside couldn't get anything going offensively, giving Lakes plenty of opportunities on offense. Lakes played well in the opener, showing a lot of promise going into the season. Explosive offense, disciplined defense, and lots of energy. I'm curious to see what this team is really about, but we won't know until they get tested. No matter how talented, there's always a question mark on whether a player can perform in the moment. Jadis wasn't flawless, but none of his mistakes came from plays that were outside of his capabilities. Just lessons he'll learn from quickly as we continue sharpening. This is just the beginning. Stay tuned for the next one.